Okay. It's the 5th of July. You and I were going to be in a minivan recording this episode. Instead, we're back in the studio, which is a good thing. Welcome to everybody on the live stream. We have like second half of year things to talk about today. Second half of year. This is the official start to the second half of the year, in my opinion.
Well, in my opinion, it just is kind of the start of the year because my birthday was on Saturday. So it's like, yeah, everybody get in line.
You know, I have this theory when it's your birthday that your real friends don't wish you happy birthday. And I'm only saying that because I didn't wish you happy birthday.
Okay.
I'm not going to be
I was
roped in with all the say happy birthday to Kyle on LinkedIn, which now your DMs are trash.
My DMs are trash. I still haven't touched a single one of them. Also on Facebook, I think it was like 196 people. I was just like, I get a kick. Like 2 days later, I always go back and just like scroll through them real quick. And I'm sitting there, I'm just chatting with my wife. I was like, my soccer coach from college said happy birthday. I haven't spoken to him since I quit the team.
Oh, and you quit.
I quit the team. Yes. He was like,
that's
no,
the way you do it.
You got to stay for next year. Nope, quit the team. Boom. Haven't talked to him since then. Happy birthday, Kyle.
I love it. Welcome to everybody on the live stream. Adrian, Brian, I know some people are a little bit draggy today because everyone had a whole bunch of different experiences. Hope you had an amazing 4th of July holiday. It's so fun to celebrate Independence Day. Independence is like at the very core of why entrepreneurship can thrive in the United States. So
hey,
I always
I want to throw this out there because like I just sometimes reminding people of joy, right? Like some people are great at understanding fireworks and joy and celebration, but the best people at that are kids. So last night,
they are.
I'm tired as all get out, and around our house is like this smattering of fireworks displays, and so we never have to light a single firework because it's like just it's literally blankets our backyard.
The best way to watch fireworks.
That's exactly it.
Somebody else's.
And I'm just watching my kids have this abundance of celebration and awe and surprise and wonder and joy. And like in my brain, I was like, bring me back some of that surprise and wonder and joy. And so I just want to instill that on people. Like even as you go about your day, looking at the whole of life, not just fireworks, in like the eyes of a child of just like, oh my goodness, that's huge. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's incredible. How did that happen? How did we do that? That's like, that'll change your perspective on a lot of things, looking at the world through that lens.
It sure will. I love that. It's a great way to start the week. Just want to announce too that ASOTU CON is coming in super hot right now. It's like, I feel like we're in the last couple of laps here. You can go to ASOTUCon.com and get your tickets. We're about to release our first batch of speakers. I think we're going to somewhere between 25 and 30 is going to be the first batch. I think overall we might end up with close to 100. But we're going to release this list of dealers and executives and operators, and it's going to be like shots fired. Like people are coming to ASOTU CON this year. It is going to be great.
We're only 82 days away from that thing. Like you got to get your tickets in line, people.
This is about the same time last year when we were like, hey, we should probably see if there's a venue we can have this in.
That's right. That's so right.
It's amazing the difference this year, but we're going to be ready for you like you've never seen or expected before. So check that out. Let's talk about some news because some things happen. News cycle slows over the holidays, but there's still news in there. There's still news out there. All right, let's go to first story. Fixing your car is taking a lot longer these days and is mostly due to a big problem. There aren't enough car parts and there aren't enough car people to fix the cars. Older cars are on the road longer. More advanced technology in the newer cars makes repair orders longer and makes the diagnosis take longer. It's just more complicated than ever. So the average repair took 17 days to complete last year, according to this Wall Street Journal article. 17 days. And that's up 65% from the year earlier, or for 2019's average pre-COVID of 10.3 hours. Also, the tech shortage is a real thing. We don't have to say that twice for everybody on this stream, but there are only 48,000 people graduating every year from tech training programs in the U.S. compared for the estimated need of, get this, 258,000. That's the need.
Oh. I'm not very good at math, but I think that's like more people than live in Syracuse are needed. I don't know. But 210,000 person gap every single year. So you look at just the compounding year after year.
Good night.
Know like what the industry, and I'm guessing like that's automotive techs. We're talking automotive. We're talking manufacturing. We're talking any type of transportation is probably dealing in a similar fashion. So that is a massive gap to be filled. So thinking about like efficient processes, streamlining technicians, understanding like that those technicians are in extremely high value. So not just caring for them in their pay, but also in the culture that you surround them with in their environment. Like it is like the most essential part of an automotive business right now to care for techs, in my opinion.
It's kind of fun watching. So they in the article has some great examples. There's an independent shop run by Ronnie Clendenin in Arkansas, and he says we have double the amount of cars kind of in the bullpen on the wait list as we typically have, meaning we have to turn away regular customers. We can't get the parts that we need. It's fun to watch though. A lot of the shops and the dealers who are paying attention, it's fun to watch them like turn their locker rooms into like pro sports locker rooms. Yeah. There's this one, I think it was from this article. I can't remember. I read so many articles, but where the dealership stopped posting their technician pictures on the website because recruiters were using them to poach, and they even had a sign, with everybody's like name and like their thing, and they put a display up to block it because they noticed people were coming in and taking a picture of the wall and then leaving.
Unbelievable. That is wild. Here's the antithesis to that is like make a culture and a pay scale so good that you can put your employees' names everywhere because you know that they would never want to leave.
Right. And that is a big, like, this is where you see the people who have done well and are reinvesting their resources in the right strategic places for the next 10 years. Yep. That's one of them, right? If you lose, and we had a conversation with a dealer a couple weeks ago, and I was surprised because this even boiled down to their reconditioning department. They have a full in-house recon. They do detail and paint and wheels and all this stuff. And I was like, well, how do you train your people? How do you deal with the fact that they might leave and go on their own? He's like, we don't put no non-competes, none of that stuff. We send our techs to the best training. He's like, if I lose them, I deserve to lose them. And I'm just focused on making this the best gig ever for them. Unlimited work, right? Getting paid flat rate, great facilities, great benefits. And man, this is not going away, right? Hands down.
It's totally not going away. So focusing on it, understanding it as an organization is top priority.
Yes. I don't know how top priority.
I tried. I didn't give you anything. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Every once in a while,
shaking off the dust after the weekend. Okay.
We're gonna stop. Just gonna go with a stop. Okay. So there's been some buzz lately around the stock level of EVs, as Jeremy Robb, Senior Director of the Economic and Industry Insights from Cox Automotive, said during a mid-year review. He says, I've termed it the field of dreams moment for electric vehicle stock and supply. Even though EV sales have increased this year, the rise of inventory has been even greater. He added, it's still uncertain what will happen with all the extra stock, but it might overcome significant challenges. So here's the situation. New car inventory is around 54-day supply right now. Whereas for EVs, total, it's 92-day supply.
Wow.
Which is and the headline of this article, I had an issue with it because it says EV stock double that of ICE vehicles. It's like, no, there aren't more EVs on the lots, just day supply of EVs on the lots, which I'm assuming day supply of EVs has to be pretty low, right? Or I mean, like what they need for a day is much lower than what they need for ICE.
Total inventory is much lower, but day supply is higher because they're not turning as quick.
Which means there's availability, I guess, is the big point of it.
There is availability, and supply is not meeting demand, which is
that's a whole
demand
other issue.
Is not meeting supply. Sorry, probably the other way around to talk about, because if you have a 92-day supply of EV vehicles, that means that like we're back to where we were with ICE vehicles pre-pandemic on day supply of new cars. Meaning, watch out for major discounts, huge rebates, and manufacturers looking to get rid of these vehicles off of dealer lots, because like if they're not flying off the shelves, that means we have a gap in consumer demand from what the supply expectancy was. I mean, you just look at like Rivian as a baseline. We had this article a few weeks ago that quad motor is just sitting there, and they're basically like having garage sales to get them out of there.
Try it before you buy it. So there's a couple like converging points here. Number one, we know we've had as an industry struggled to produce enough EVs. And now that we're producing enough EVs, like we can't sell the EVs that we're producing. And the next level of complexity is that every major automaker is like, we can't sell this, like a legacy automotive maker, Tesla aside, saying we can't sell these things profitably yet. So you're making cars unprofitably. You're having them sit on the lot. They're sitting on the lot, and you're going to have to put more money into them to move them while investing in the expansion of your EV production capability, while the charging infrastructure is trying to catch up, while we're trying to figure out if people actually want these or not, as much as
they call
I'm
this.
So glad I am not the CEO of a major automaker.
Yeah, you know what they call this in like startup world? They call this product market fit. And typically you do a lot of research to figure out if it works. So,
but then the government comes in and says, we'll give you all this money. We'll figure out the product market fit. And then I think we're going to see.
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you
product market fit.
Oh, and one company that has zero questions about it.
They got zero questions. See, because in a testament to the power of American gas consumption, just in time for the American holiday, the world's largest gas station, a 74,000 square foot Buc-ee's, ginormous, recently opened.
I have to go to a Buc-ee's.
The great state of Tennessee. We drove past it just a couple weeks ago. It is
this exact one.
Yeah, so it's just north of Knoxville, from what I understand. The new location is the size of a small Walmart, has 120 gas pumps, a full restaurant, and all the products. I mean, if you've not been to a Buc-ee's, it's literally like if you went to Walmart in, let's say, like 1997. Right? Like the slightly smaller, not the super Walmart. Like it's got everything that you would need across like some clothes and some food and some home decor. And you got a couple restaurants in the dessert area. And it is plus
that's
like
nuts.
The whole 7-Eleven experience, right? They got coffee for days and ices and the whole 9 yards. It's unbelievable. As always, no semis allowed in a Buc-ee's, right? So they don't have like just like that
truck stop, but no truck stop vibes, right?
Right. No truck stop vibes. The bathrooms, if you haven't been to a Buc-ee's, are like, people take videos of the bathrooms. They're so nice. There actually is, and this is something new that Buc-ee's is just starting. There is a row of Tesla chargers in the back, not in the front. They're in the back. One of the things that you'll notice about Buc-ee's is, one, their employees are on it. They're happy. They engage with you. They smile. They talk to you. And a lot of that reason, they say, is because they are some of the highest paid in the industry and outside of the industry. Actually, if you go to a Buc-ee's, there are signs at every entrance, like little sandwich board signs showing not just like the entry level employee. It shows the whole career path,
like general manager,
everything,
280 grand or whatever it is.
Not that much, but
it's not that much.
No.
How much is it?
I think general manager was like in the mid 100s or something like that, if I remember.
Okay.
Right. So
not too shabby for a Buc-ee's.
Yeah, not too shabby for a gas station, but they've got every tier, and then like they show all their benefits right on that sandwich board. And so like people are applying. These are not, and they're not suburban or urban places. They're mostly rural. So like they're attracting great employees in a rural environment. Just a company to look out at.
I have to. How far is this from your house?
Oh, a few hours. Yeah, it's nice.
Okay. Well, we need to strategically figure out how we can all get to a Buc-ee's, because I need to see this. And
you know what?
I need to see like the Chick-fil-A vibes at a gas station / I don't even know what to call it.
The next time we're in Atlanta, we just got to like maybe plan an extra day, and we'll go up to Buc-ee's, because there's one at like an hour outside of Atlanta.
Love it. I love that. Would be a great place for man on the street videos, frankly. Probably the best place. And look,
it's like this perfect mix of like what I would call like people at Target and people at Walmart, right? Like it just kind of like everyone comes into the same space, and you're like, okay, we're together at a Buc-ee's. Yeah.
All right, Adrian's tell us in the comments in Jacksonville they have a few. So apparently,
yes,
Buc-ee's understands the Jacksonville vibes. I wouldn't be surprised if in the construction of this brand new Buc-ee's there isn't a full network of like 6-inch conduit buried under the ground, like ready for the expansion of EV chargers. You know, you think about it, like wonder, because if you think about a place like that, like that's exactly the place
in the future.
Well, that's the exact place you want to go if you have to sit for 20 or 30 minutes.
Look,
right?
My family, if we stop at a Buc-ee's, we're there for 30 minutes.
It's all of a sudden, it's a destination.
It's just a destination.
So like,
exactly.
Oh man, well I'm jealous. I feel like I'm missing out. Like there's a thing in America that's becoming a bigger thing that I've just never been to. I'm not okay with this. Not okay with this. I know. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks for lighting up the comments today. It's so fun to watch all that conversation going on. If you're listening, check out the live stream. If you're in live stream, download the podcast so you can have it on your jog. We'll see you tomorrow.